Yeah, we'll give him a little bit of time for sure, I think. Just for that reason alone. But I mean, he's been working all summer long. I mean, you're talking about maybe being a day or two behind, so we'll give him a little bit of time. I don't want to be too critical of a guy's play, or if he's got a lot of stuff going on. It'd be nice to get him in his gear and get him feeling comfortable, because it's a big difference for a player.
Change up the groups and kind of the structure of the day today? Was there, we just wanted to start simulating some more game-like situations?
Yeah, like today, this morning, our third meeting of 5-on-5. They've been pretty in depth. We've covered different areas of our system every day, multiple areas, and today was the final one. So they have all the information now. I thought a good scrimmage with the right amount of guys can be a really good workout instead of just doing 5-on-5 drills. Now you got to think in live, game situations, and you can see the guys that kind of pick it up. I thought the system work was really good. We checked hard. I mean, it's 0-0-1-1 at the end of the scrimmage of 37 minutes. So it was competitive, and we saw what we needed to see. You can see the guys that are picking up the systems and doing less thinking and more less reacting and just playing with their instincts. So it was a good day for that group. Now we have some extra guys. We're going to probably need a little bit extra teaching, so we'll run them through a good practice here.
When putting Ritchie in middle stat, did you see any different having a more experienced player and in a team setting from Ritchie to better evaluate where he stacks up against NHL talent?
Not yet, but I think, Ritchie's a talented guy, right? Like he has the ability to create offense. We saw it in rookie camp. We saw it last year with him. That's why we drafted him. So I'm trying to put him with some of the more talented guys on the ice. That's a group that he's been playing with. Today it's Middlestad. It's another guy that, they think the game similarly. They play a give and go game. They're good passers. So it's always nice just to and he got a little bit break from playing center today, playing the wing, which would be new to him, but trying to get him reps against top competition, guys like Mac, Mikko, I think is good for him. That's the guys that he'd have to play against in our league. So to play him with a guy like Mitty and have them try to still be able to create offense and do a good job defensively against stiffer competition is always a good thing.
What are your goals this time of the year? Like, what markers do you want to hit that are significant this week, next week?
Yeah, well, it starts out with making sure everyone knows how we want to play, exactly we want to play, and you want to see those details tighten up over the course of training camp. Not just the first couple days. That's a lot getting thrown at them the first couple days, but you can see the guys that are starting to process it quicker than some other guys and still be able to excel and do the job on both sides of the puck. And then you expect that to get better as a group. We'll be cutting players down based on, how they perform through training camp. And so you should see, every area of your game get better throughout the course of camp. They get more reps at it. Some guys take a little bit longer. Again, it's just you're evaluating them along the way, but we have a significant length of time here for training camp, and ultimately, as we start making cuts, the guys that sort of figure it out the best and we feel can help us the most in different situations will stay.
Can you guys make an impression now that you say, okay, I'll remember that here in 6 weeks or 2 months, or that's
yeah, no question. Now, in this league, you got to earn it every day. But I'll use this one player as an example. I thought Kovalenko was outstanding yesterday. He scored as many goals as probably the whole rest of the group combined, just in competitive drills and 5-on-5 drills. Put a lot of pucks in the back of the net, did some good things. Comes out for scrimmage today. I can see some areas of weakness that I want to talk to him about, but he was also outstanding again. Big block shot, couple really good forechecks. One creates a turnover, leads to Colton's goal. I mean, those things I'm not going to forget about. Now, he's going to have to continue to earn it every day, but I would say that he's, just based on the last couple days, we're 3 games in, that he has a leg up on some guys because he's showing, flashes of things that I think he can do in regular season. Now, if he dropped off a cliff here in the next couple days and someone else elevated, you got to take that into consideration too. But he's basically, in my opinion, like we're starting on Monday, we're going to do some special teams tomorrow. Like he's earning himself a spot in exhibition games. If he plays well, then he'll get more exhibition games. And the better you play through training camp earns you games. The better you play in exhibition games earns you more exhibition games. Like I've got a template saying I got to probably see these guys in a handful of games to be fair. But when it comes down to it at the end, like the guys that earn those games are going to get them. I don't care if they're brand new to our organization, if they're 18 years old, or if they're 27 years old, or if they're a veteran player. We got to go with the guys that are getting the job done.
That block that you just mentioned, Kovalenko got a big reaction from the bench. Guys willing to sell out like that in training camp, does that go a little bit extra way, not just with you guys?
Yeah, 100%. Because we've talked about it already. We've talked about our D-zone coverage and some of the sacrifices you got to make. And, like that was an obvious one. He's getting out, and he could have just let the shot go through the net. But, if he's showing he's willing to do it in a day 3 scrimmage, and I'm sure he's going to be willing to do it when, regular season starts.
Is it, you guys led the league in goals last year? Or
What's that?
you guys led the league in goals last year?
Yes.
Is there more of an emphasis on the defensive side of things in this camp than last year or 2 years
No.
ago?
I think I shouldn't say that. Like we want to continue to do what we've done offensively. It seems to be a little bit more natural to our team. Like we're finishing in the top 5 every year in goals scored, chances created, ozone time, you name it. Partly because of our talent, the way our guys want to play, but over the years we've been a really good defensive team. Okay. And then last year we fell off a little bit, even from where we were the year before. And I felt like we were probably a better, more complete team last year, especially in the second half after the deadline. But some of our numbers didn't indicate that. So some of the things that, like when you look at our team, I'm always evaluating it against the rest of the league, and like we feel like we're a contender, and we want to make sure our numbers say that, like that we're just not, like it's we have to prove that, right? And some of our defensive numbers were really good, okay, and then others we have, like if we're sitting at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16th, like that's league average, and we want to make sure we're pushing to be top 5, top 10 for sure in a lot of those situations. So we've talked to our guys about it already, and so I like to see the guys digging into that area. I liked their scrimmage today. It was competitive. It was tight checking. It wasn't, there wasn't a ton of scoring chances for. We want the offense to come, but I'm pretty happy with the way they competed and sort of bought into the system and listened to what we feel like is important this time of the year. So we got to be good on both sides of the puck.
I have the same drive today. You mentioned not necessarily wanting to add something to his toolbox, but just being a better overall player and that focus. Do you talk to a guy like that about how like the second half of his season went and what he was doing well and not trying to do too much?
Yeah, I think all the guys, like through the course of, and I'm not sitting down, like I don't have 3 guys structured today, 3 guys. I've talked to some guys already about last year and already talked to them about their first couple days of training camp, what we want to see. Where, like really it's like what is our goal come drop of the puck regular season for them as an individual, for our team, where I see it sorting out, because I want them to be clear on their role. I also have some areas for a lot of those guys that I want them to, like I want to explore expanding their role. Right, and the more guys we have that can penalty kill, play power play, be trusted in certain checking situations, be trusted to help create offense. And for some guys, it's just doing what they do more consistently. Like if I think it's a consistency issue, then I talk to them about that. I try to, as a staff, we try to lay it out as clear as possible for the guys so they know exactly what their expectations are and how I'm going to evaluate those expectations. I'm not going to say like, well, he didn't do it today, so he can't do it. Like there's a building process built in there.
Bednar has brought up his age and wanting to show the organization that he can still keep up with pace in
Yeah.
the games that you have seen. How would you evaluate?
Yeah, I think he looks good. Yeah, clearly, I mean, he went to work this summer you know, it's an Olympic year, Four Nations year. There's Olympic evaluation going on for next year. Last year, a little off year for him. But, like, all the things that we expect out of Belly from him being here before, and as a veteran guy, he's shown. And he's skating pretty well. He's moving well. Like, we got a pretty fast group, and it doesn't look like it's too fast for him right now. So I think he's had a good first 3 days. Like, we know some of the things that he brings, plus the intangibles. He's going to push for a spot, you know. Like, if you want a spot on this team, regardless of where you were drafted or what your circumstance of being here, I said it before, you're going to have to earn it. You know, I think people that watch our organization or get frustrated that, why aren't we giving this kid a chance or that kid a chance? Like, come and earn it. Some of them have been here a year, and some of them have been here 5 years, but like, this is the best league in the world, and if you want to play on one of the best teams in the best league in the world, then you have to expect to earn it, just like our motto in the playoffs. Like, you're going to have to expect to play your best game if you want to win a hockey game in the playoffs, and that's what we're all gearing up to do.
Last one's Nick.
Coach, I love seeing, you talk about Bednar and the veteran and the leadership. It's awesome seeing him working with Ritchie on face-off for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Afterwards. I'm sure that's something that you're hoping the team will also maybe even encourage.
Yeah, well, I think, and there's multiple examples of that. But you got a guy, he's willing to share his knowledge. I mean, he understands that Ritchie's an important player to our team. He's a young guy. If he can give him any tricks to the trade that help him. And they do a lot of that talking on the bench, like holding court on the bench after shifts, and that is what you want to see. You want them to be, you want all of your team to sort of take an active role in our success, right? So sharing that knowledge is key. You see, like, you look at Mac last year when Drew got here. He's not just out there with Drew because, you know, Drew's his buddy from junior. He wants to help make him better. They want to make sure they're on the same page. Like, this is something I'm working on. Do you want to come work on it? And it's happening all over. It happens on the ice. It happens off the ice as well. It's a good culture that these guys have built here, that's trying to push to the next level, and it's hungry to succeed. And one of the ways you do that is you stay hungry to improve as an individual and as a team, and so they're constantly sharing information. It's a good leadership group here.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
All right, thanks, guys.